Our first presentation will be given by Professor Hitaka and Professor Watanabe, and their presentation title is Restoring Resilient Landscapes, Understanding the Roles of Living Traditional Ecological Knowledge at the Intersection of Satoyama Landscapes, Foodscapes, and Agrobiodiversity. And Hitaka-san will talk for the first 10 minutes, and then Watanabe-san will have a separate presentation. So Watanabe-san will be talking about traditional vegetation management and agroecological research by open burning in highland area in central Japan.
Next speaker is Osamu Watanabe. Today's keywords are local ecological knowledge, open burning, vegetation management. Outline of the service site, the location description was given by the first speaker. Kiso and Kaida village had an altitude of exceeding 1,500 meters in height. Livestock farming, forestry, buckfish cultivation are carried out. Overview of Kaida village. Agricultural horse production has been made. The horse is endemic and name is Kisouma in Japanese, and it has short legs but cannot run fast. Paddy rice fields is not popular. Paddy fields were created in the early 18th, but were first introduced Japanese millet. Now, buckfish is cultivated on many farmland, and traditional ecological knowledge remains here. This site open burning every year in April to remove dead grass and control pests. A labor-saving and sustainable vegetation management method, converting forests into grassland and acquire of a wide variety of plant resources. This picture shows the traditional method using Japanese pampas grass, Suzuki, and Yo Ichi branches. Women use Ichi branch to prevent the spread of fire. And the leader binds the Suzuki grass and expands the burning area and makes the fire rain. This area belongs the cool temperate climate zone, and when burning ground, Japanese pampas grass, miscanthus, and bracken dominate, and when grazing, Zoysia japonica dominate here. And they don't cut pampas grass, and I think that the area intentionally leaves pampas grass in order to perform open burning well. And when the grassland dominated by Japanese pampas grass is burned in the open, a lot of bracken is generated in spring. Residents consume bracken at home, and some of bracken sip, but bracken is extremely toxic to horses and cows. Bracken is poisonous plant for livestock farmers, but it's very useful edible wild plant for many people. And the bracken is kissel, it has very thick stems, but you don't eat too much. The open burning in this area is not for growing bracken, but for producing of grasses. The last photo shows a paddy field in the countryside of Hiroshima Prefecture, where a farmer is cutting the grass along on the ridge. It's very hard to task for farmer. In paddy field, other farmers complain if you don't cut grass in growing season, and there is no perspective here to utilize grass as a resource. Now we introduce an example of vegetation management and utilization of plant resources by open burning without much effort in the core region of the center of Japan. At this location, it seems that common land vegetation management methods remain. In the high cold regions of Nagano Prefecture, efforts are being made to raise the income of farmers by introducing summer vegetables in the large-scale farming, but in this place, the technique of open burning remains here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Hitaka-san and Watanabe-san. Your presentations are very insightful, and I think there are a lot of issues that were raised that are directly connected to what we discussed yesterday, including the variety of wheat and other crops, the two cropping systems that are closely tied to slash and burn agriculture, the resilience theory. Many of the anthropology students have been talking about the applicability of the theory and the compatibility of historical resilience. And I think Watanabe-san's presentations gave us a really good example of the Warabi bracken issue that were raised by a couple of people yesterday in our discussion of the importance of cultural burning and field burning. We don't really have